What's up, folks? Alaska Pinage here, and today it's gonna be a little bit of a mixed video. The first part of the video, it's me talking about some of the records that I did listen to this week. I'm gonna start off with the Chuck Norris Experiment, and I listened to the new record. It's called Odd Stuff 3, Rare and then Release Chapter 3. Man, it's one of my favorite albums of the year. I know we're still in February, but yeah, man, great stuff. And the thing is, they really have that action rock punch to it, and on this record, I really enjoyed it. I was listening to this while traveling to visit my family, so sorry, and it was a cool travel, it was a cool ride, and man, this record, it has great feeling to it, it has it has that garage punk taste, but it's it's not just that. It's different, it has a lot, in my perspective, it has a lot of action rock to it, I really enjoyed it. um, One of my favorite tunes from this record is Hammersmith Palace. It's really cool. You got another one that is Problems, also cool. Electrify Me and In the Doorway, and features Jake Starr. So do yourself a favor and go listen to this one. After that, I listened to Tyranny and Mutation by Blue Oyster Cult. It's cool, it has, I really enjoy the sound of it. It's from the 70s. It's from 73. It has that 70s rock feeling to it, of course, and in some songs it has a lot of power. You got songs like OD'd on Life Itself, Seven Scream Disbusters, Mysteries of the Salmon Salt, Quick Lime Girl. Great tunes, man. Blue Oyster Cult, sorry. Um, it has become one of my go-to bands to find new stuff. I've been listening to the records. One at a time. I don't listen to the whole discography straight. I only listen. Today I'm gonna listen to this record. After 1 month, I'm gonna listen to another record from them. I'm getting into them, but I don't want to be super overdosed by the Blue Oyster Cult. You know, it's cool, man. It's a cool band. It's a cool album cover also. So yeah. And now, last but not the least, Merry Go Round by Delinquent Habits. This one, it reminds me a lot of Cypress Hill, in the greatest way possible. It has some cool songs. It has Return of the Tres. It's one of their famous songs. It has two songs with Michelle Bell, Temptation and Que Vuelva. Que Vuelva is just a great song that Michelle Bell sings all the way, and man, she sings really really well. It's a great song. You got another great song in this record also, House of the Rising Drum, and yeah, it's a great hip hop song. It's a classic, at least in my point of view. I really like it. So yeah, man, I only listened to these three records this week because I've been doing a lot of stuff with Head Shrinker, also working. Yeah, sometimes I don't have time for everything that I want, but yeah, this week I managed to do this. All right. Um, the second part of the video is uh, why why the hell did you start collecting, you know? And I know Bruno recommends records, talked about the different types of collectors, you know, that Discog says that has, you know, different types that exist in this world, you know. And in my point of view, man, I I just I just think that, at least for myself, I'm gonna talk for myself only, of course. I started collecting because I was missing something in my life, you know, and I always was a huge music fan, you know, and I really enjoyed punk rock and metal and, you know, the alternative stuff, you know, not the mainstream, you know, that kind of vibe, you know. But as I was growing, you know, we didn't have that much cash, you know, and I couldn't buy the records, you know, or buy the CDs. I only had like 2 or 3 CDs growing up, mine, you know, because my father went to Germany when I was like 6 months old or something, and he bought a ton of CDs, you know. They were cheap back then, you know. In Germany, he bought them, and they were bootleg CDs, you know, but in jewel case and stuff, you know, real cool stuff. And yeah, man, I started to collect. Uh, I started with books, you know. I started with Tolkien and poetry, horror stuff, you know. Later, I evolved to Funko Pops, you know, stuff that I like, you know, Back to the Future stuff, The Simpsons, um, Adventure Time, you know, Lord of the Rings also, spooky stuff, you know. After that, um, I went a lot of time without collecting any kind of stuff, you know. I only collected virtually, you know, digitally, uh, you know, MP3s, Bandcamp stuff, you know. I was all over the place doing that kind of research and collecting. Basically, I was virtually digging, you know. And man, last year, a friend of mine gave me a vinyl, and it all started again. I started buying more CDs, you know, even though I bought CDs in the last 3 years, because there is a record shop here in where I live, and they sell CDs under €5. So I bought a few of them, you know. I didn't manage, I couldn't listen to the records, but I did enjoy the record, you know. I did enjoy the CD. It was part of some part of my life, you know, because I also like to do that, buy something that left a mark on my life, you know, at a specific time, you know. I really enjoy doing that. But now what I'm doing is, as I work with a lot of people, as I talk to a lot of people, because of Head Shrinker, I started to, you know, support more direct buying from the bands, you know. Um, uh, Man, tell me how much for a bundle, a T-shirt and a vinyl or a CD. Man, tell me how much, you know. Um, do your thing, shipping, and tell me. And usually the band, you know, they gain a little bit more money this way than uh, selling through other shops, you know. And I started collecting like this, you know. I was inspired a lot by Steven Spesley, I think is his name. His DJ name is Grandmaster Vicious. Shout out to him, and shout out to Eric the Rat. Man, you two inspired me a lot on doing collecting, you know. I'm starting to grow a little bit of collection of vinyl, CDs, merch. You know, you two inspired me a lot. Thank you. And also DJ Demonica. She's a brutal ass kicker. The wifey from Herrick, you know, shout out to her as well. And you know, man, I started collecting this way because it's the way I feel better with me. You know, I really I spend a lot of my time, or at least part of my adulthood, drinking and fucking my life around, and now I feel the need, you know, to be investing my money in the bands that I love, the projects that I like. Some bands, some new bands that need support. You know, I go out and listen, give it a shout out if they don't have physical media. You know, at the same point, if you're from the states, man, it gets a little bit uh, it gets a lot of expensive, you know, from me, a guy that lives in Europe, to buy something straight from you, because we will pay a lot of postage, you know, and that's a nightmare, you know. I hope we can fix that, because there are tons of American bands that I really would like to have some vinyl or some CDs or some merch, you know. Let's you know, let's try to do something about it. And you know, man, I've been feeling a lot inspired a lot by the people that I follow on social media, and people that I follow here on YouTube, that I subscribed, you know, because I'm as I'm traveling down the Head Shrinker Records road, I've been getting a sense of community, you know, a sense of belonging. And without you, the people that watch me, without my followers, without my subscribers, I couldn't do that. You know, I'm a misfit, you know, and I'm getting to know more misfits, and we are connecting, and I am belonging somewhere, you know, and that's a win in life for me. So yeah, man, why I start collecting? Because the love of the scene, of the rock and roll scene, and not only the rock and roll scene, made me do it, you know. I'm feeling really good about myself doing this, you know. I'm feeling really glad about talking to a camera today and just having fun. I'm recording this early in the morning, so yeah. I hope you guys have a fun Sunday, and I'll be here next week talking about more records, you know. And that's it, folks. Cheers. See you next week.